What's going on, sports fans? My name is Mike Jimenez, and this is the Alamo City Sports Cast coming at you from San Antonio, Texas, West Bexar County. My name's Mike Jimenez again. Joe Garcia producing today's show. We are back. We had to take some time off last week because we both caught COVID, and I think, Joe, you gave it to me.
I don't know, man. I think really what happened at the end of the day, and this is just a theory, was during all this, cold snap that we had.
Yes.
So you already know how it goes. We were at HEB. I was at the neighborhood Walmart.
Yeah.
I went to a Spurs game on that Friday. We went to go eat at that one Mexican restaurant on Friday and everything. So we were going to a lot of places. So I'm pretty sure we both picked it up from somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe you got it on the plane because you were flying Spirit, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that goes without saying, So I was in California last week for my cousin's funeral, and it's funny because we were doing the show while we were out there. While I was out there, and I was like, Joe, what do you mean you don't want to do the show today? And you're like, I feel sick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you have COVID? Kinda. And I'm like, okay. And then one of my clients called me. The last client I saw before going out to California was like, dude, I just want you to know I've been exposed big time to COVID this week. I hope you don't get sick. And I'm there in California thinking to myself, I feel perfectly fine. I'm at my cousin's beautiful home. We're going to spend some time with family. And then boom, man, it hit me hard. And this may be the first time I've had COVID, maybe the second time. I never got myself tested the first time that I got sick.
Yeah.
But that was a couple of years ago. So I felt like I was invincible, but man, we had to take Thursday and Friday off, but now we're back. Not 100%. I'm about 85%, but it's better than what I've been before. I've done my 5 days of Paxlovid, which is what I was prescribed, and you were prescribed as over-the-counter stuff.
Yeah, man. And it's between the hot nurse who saw me over here at the urgent care.
Oh, yeah.
Hottie, dude. Nugget. That was a nugget. And then my wife was a nurse, and she was like, well, you need this, this, and that. Dude, they've had me on so many medications. Like, I got some type of cough syrup that knocks you on your ass when you take it.
Yeah.
I got like this, what do you call it? Zyrtec. I got Mucinex. I got all sorts of stuff, dude, that I'm taking to help with the symptoms. Feeling a lot better than I did last week, and so are you.
No Vicks?
No Vicks, dude.
Man. I felt like trash, dude. I mean, I had the body aches and the chills and all of that. And then people were giving me crap about, well, you got back on a plane back home. I don't live in California. I'm not going to buy a second plane ticket to come to San Antonio because I'm sick. And by the way, I passed the California guidelines when it comes to it, which is, are you at least 3 days into COVID? Are you starting to feel better? And have you been fever-free for 24 hours, which I was. By the way, Chris Gonzalez reaches out to us on our YouTube stream saying, good morning to you all. The guys are back after being on the disabled list. That's a way of putting it. We're back. We're back. Not 100%, but we're back. Enough to talk to you guys about the NFL playoffs. We are down to the Final Four. AFC Championship game, Chiefs, Ravens. NFC Championship game, Niners, Lions. The Lions are in the NFC Championship game. We'll get into that. Jason Kelce is a man of the people. It is hard to show up Taylor Swift, the biggest pop star since Michael Jackson. She was out at that game in the Buffalo-Kansas City game. They're up in Buffalo. But Jason Kelce stole the show. Even beyond what happened on the field, which was a very dramatic game. Buffalo's kicker missing a chip shot that could have sent it into overtime. But Jason Kelce, oh my God. The photos that are on TMZ.com right now of him with fans, the way that big-ass guy managed to climb in and out of that luxury box with ease gives me a lot of respect for those guys in the trenches, man.
Bro, that Bills Mafia is freaking wild, dude. I'm watching a video right now on Twitter, bro. I got to show this to you guys, man. This is crazy.
Oh, is this of Jason Kelce?
No, man, this is not a Jason Kelce, dude.
Okay.
This is Bills Mafia at the tailgate, right? And you know they're known for jumping off the table. They put lighter fluid right?
Yeah.
On the table. And they get the guy. I don't know why it's going so slow, but anyway, they get the guy and they put him on here.
To break his back on the table.
And he's on fire. It's on fire.
Yeah.
And he's screaming. And he's got his ass on fire, dude. Hilarious.
That was like me, second day of COVID. Tim Gonzalez is out and says Josh Reynolds, Puro John J, Puro Marbach. Josh Reynolds, during the introductions this weekend, he said Josh Reynolds, John J High School. Did not say Exit 7,
no,
but he did mention John J High School. David Otwater reaches out and says, hate the Niners, so I will root for Detroit. I am rooting for that perfect battle of Eminem versus Taylor Swift. Detroit, Kansas City. That's what we want, right? That's what we want. Yeah. You know, the NFL yesterday, the execs were there blowing the wind to the right on that field goal kick because, of course, they want Taylor Swift to still be part of this whole thing. And my goodness, man, the people are getting pissed off as the Swifties call them, the Brads and Chads are getting mad. Brads, Chads, and old dads are getting mad because, oh my God, they're showing a cutaway of Taylor Swift. But the NFL loves it. Dude, the city of Buffalo loved it. They were naming the concessions after Taylor Swift this weekend. On top of that, that was the first big major stadium she ever played. And she mentions the fondness she has of that stadium. So it's kind of like they're upset that the Bills lost, but they actually love the circus that came into town when it came to it. But we have a lot to get into when it comes to all of this today. We'll talk about the Spurs. They got a win this past weekend. Play tonight. They're a big underdog to the Philadelphia 76ers. But Wednesday, I think, is a big game for the Spurs because they play Oklahoma City, Wemby, Chet. All the talk about Chet Holmgren right now, still the favorite to win Rookie of the Year, despite the fact that Wemby has higher point totals, higher rebound averages, a higher block average, everything else. But the thing is that Chet Holmgren is on a team that's winning games. I think Wednesday's game is going to say a lot because if he can show on a national stage, because that's going to be a nationally televised game, that, hey, look, I am head and shoulders above Chet Holmgren when it comes to talent. I think Wednesday is going to be a big game, especially considering the fact that Chet has been struggling the past couple of weeks or so.
Yep.
So we'll get into that as well. If you're looking for love, there's an interesting place to find it. The San Antonio Zoo is going to host a speed dating event the week of Valentine's Day. Let's talk about that later on. And I was watching a movie over the weekend.
You didn't watch Zapped? I was disappointed.
No. I can't find that. Where am I going to find Zapped?
I'm telling you, dude. You said it was on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, but okay. But if I have to spend $4,
no,
I don't know if I can do that.
You should have looked it up on YouTube. It's probably free there.
I'll look it up. But I was watching a movie this weekend and I saw this hot brunette. I'm like, I don't even know who the hell she is. And then I looked it up. It was your girl BB Rexa.
Yeah, that's my girl.
So we'll talk about your girl BB.
I know you sent me the pictures. You're like,
yeah, I
found this movie.
We'll show it. We'll show it to the people as well. But again, if you want to be part of the show, live on Facebook, live on Twitter, live on YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the like button as well. And if you can be part of the show by just going online right now and going on YouTube and leaving a comment or two. Mario Cavazos talking about Taylor Swift's future brother-in-law is crazy. Talking about Jason Kelce. You know what? Before we get into all of that, I want to talk about Jason Kelce.
Man of the people.
Man of the people. So the photos. So I'm going to call up a video right now.
Yeah, I'll pull it.
This is when Travis Kelce scored a touchdown, and then showed the heart, telling Taylor that he loves her. It cuts away to Jason Kelce. All right. There you see. Oh, there's Taylor celebrating. And then Jason Kelce, shirtless, screaming like a bear out there. Woo! Goodness. TMZ.com has some great photos of Jason Kelce going out there and taking photos with fans, picking up kids, bringing kids to the window raising them over his head so that they could actually see Taylor Swift and just look inside there for 5 or 10 seconds. I mean, the stories that they're going to give. Jason Kelce drinking with Bill's Mafia in the parking lot. What do you think his blood alcohol level was last night?
It was pretty high, dude.
He was legally drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, to be outside shirtless in 30-degree weather, 20-degree weather, you were legally drunk.
Oh, no doubt. They even showed him. He was with the Bills Mafia prior to the game. And they have like this, it looks like an 8-ball or a bowling ball kind of thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
They poured a shot of something in there and he just drank it and he was like, yeah. And everybody was going crazy. Even though he's, sporting a gear from the opposing team, they just loved him, dude, out there. Everybody in the stadium was just like, this guy's nuts, man. He's like right up our alley,
Kylie Kelce also in the stands as well. Everyone loves Kylie Kelce because she is Jason Kelce's wife and is also somebody who has been very popular as part of the New Heights podcast that they do over there. But let's get into the game last night because, we're down to 4 teams. And if you were to go into this game, you think to yourself, the Bills are the better team. The Bills are the hotter team. The Chiefs have struggled all year long. Chiefs may have had the better record, but the fact of the matter is that you look at it, the Chiefs have struggled. They have no good receivers. Everyone seems to be double teaming Travis Kelce. And you have Buffalo, which caught fire and had a home game, somehow won the AFC East, hosted this game. This was Patrick Mahomes' first playoff game on the road that wasn't a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Think about that. And Buffalo Bills, we talk about the Dallas Cowboys all the time, about how the Dallas Cowboys are snake bitten, how they are jinxed. But at least they won those titles in the 90s. Buffalo lost 4 in a row in the 80s and 90s. 4 Super Bowls in a row. And now they can't get over the hump. And they continuously go up against the Chiefs. They continuously beat them in the regular season, only to lose to them in the rematch in the playoffs. And last night's game, it just felt like Buffalo was going to win this game. Even though my heart and my mind were both saying, you did know Mahomes was going to pull this out, right?
Yeah. And it's just like Brady back in the day, You know that he's going to be able to ink out a win some way, somehow.
What's painful for this, though, is that Josh Allen played a perfect game.
It comes down to the little things, man. At the end of the day,
he played a perfect game. 186 yards passing, which may not sound like much, but it was freaking cold over there.
How many picks did he have?
0.
Exactly.
How many fumbles did he have?
0.
This is a turnover machine.
Oh, no, he did have a fumble.
But he didn't lose it.
But they recovered.
They recovered it. No lost fumbles.
Yeah.
He rushed for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. He played a relatively flawless game.
Yeah.
No major mistakes.
Came down to a rookie kicker, bro.
Rookie kicker came down to the fact that they didn't trust their defense and they did this awkward, fake punt. And then you go out there and you see the Chiefs go out there and win 27-24. But Buffalo gets the ball one last time. Couple of minutes to go. Gets down to the 26, 27-yard line. Setting up a 44-yard kick, which in football these days, that's a chip shot.
Yeah, that's money right there.
It was money.
Yeah.
And that guy shanked it. It wasn't even close.
It was windy, though. It was a little windy.
It was windy, but you could have driven a school bus between the goalpost and the ball where the ball eventually went through or
rookie
flew
kicker,
through.
Man. Rookie kicker.
Dude, and after the game, he said, that was my fault. That was my fault. I mean, James Cook had 61 yards on the ground. Ty Johnson had 40. The Buffalo Bills rushed for 182 yards, passed for 186, had no turnovers. Lost the game.
Look at Charlie Hernandez. He says, Sean McDermott may have coached his last game with Buffalo.
But does he deserve it? They just won the AFC East. They're 11-6. They played a perfect game, other than some stupid little shit like going for a fake punt, but that didn't really affect too much. It was a perfect game played, and Mahomes still won. Patrick Mahomes is going to his 6th conference championship game in a row. The Dallas Cowboys have not been to one in 28 years. Patrick Mahomes is going to 6 in a row.
Man, Patrick Mahomes is that ghetto fucking roach, dude. Like, it's in some household, right? Over on the west side.
You think he's killed?
You stomp on him, you hit him with the chancla.
Yeah.
And he just sprouts wings and just takes off flying, bro. Will not die. Spray him with Raid, and he's like, "No me pasa nada, dude."
Yeah. And then on top of that, think about Travis Kelce, because Travis Kelce is a player that has gone like 8 games in a row without a touchdown.
Yeah.
This is his first season in so long without having 1,000 yards receiving. Now, he could have gotten 1,000 yards, but he took week 18 off.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that on his podcast. He was saying, yeah, they wanted him to go in to get that 14-yard catch so that he could get the 1,000 yards and keep the streak going. And he was like, I don't care. I don't care about those milestones. All I care about are rings. In order for me to get a ring, I need extra rest. They weren't going to have that bye week. He gave himself a bye week, comes out, rested, 5 receptions, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And one of those touchdowns, man, he had to work for. One of those touchdowns, he had to like get to the pylon, and it was so close, but he did barely get that pylon. And Kelce played like the Hall of Famer that he's going to be.
Yeah.
Isaiah Pacheco, 15 carries for 97 yards. And the NFL gets to see more of Taylor Swift for another week because the Chiefs advance to the AFC Championship game, where they're going to go on the road again, this time to Baltimore, a Ravens team that beat the living crap out of the Houston Texans 34-10. Texans did not score one single offensive touchdown.
That was disappointing, man.
That defense of the Ravens, though, good God.
Yeah, the Ravens defense was going to show up, but, I thought the Texans would be up to the task and put up a valiant effort. But, man, that second half told the story. The Ravens came out and they just said, it's enough, man. We're going to stop playing with you guys. But, I mean, C.J. Stroud, to his credit, at the half, the game was tied 10-10. So he played great for one half of the game. But the other half, that was all Ravens, man.
Yeah, the wheels came off, man. The fact of the matter is Houston could not get anything done offensively, especially on the ground. They rushed for only 38 yards on 14 carries. You're not going to win games when that happens, especially if the Ravens are going off for 229 yards on the ground. Lamar Jackson rushed for 100 yards by himself. Justice Hill for 66. Gus Edwards for 40. It was a battering ram. It wasn't the arm of Lamar Jackson. It was just the ground and pound game of the Baltimore Ravens. That looks like a scary team. That defense against the Chiefs defense, 2 of the best in the NFL going against each other. But both of those teams, though, happen to have 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league. Patrick Mahomes, already a legend. Some believe is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
Meantime, you've got Lamar Jackson, who should win his 2nd MVP. God, that's going to be a great game.
It's going to be a great game, but
But look at this. Compare those 2 quarterbacks and those defenses compared to what we're going to see in the NFC, where you have Jared Goff going up against Brock Purdy.
True enough. But do you believe in conspiracy theories?
No.
Because here's one that I'm going to throw at you.
Is it the color scheme?
No. It's over in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard this on the radio coming back over here, listening to XM radio, dropping off my son. And the guy on the radio said, over in Canada in the weekend, that they had, a ticker that comes out where you're looking to see what games are coming up next.
I saw this. This is direct TV.
Yeah, and they had the Super Bowl, basically, and they were saying it's going to be the 49ers and the Chiefs.
Yeah, so on the program guide, on the TV, it said Usher's performing the halftime performance along with Dolly Parton and whatever.
Oh, and Post Malone.
Yeah. As the Baltimore Ravens take on the 49ers in Super Bowl, whatever it is, 58 or whatever we're at. Jonathan C. reaches out and says, Isaiah Pacheco runs like a kid trying to, what was it?
I lost after him.
I missed it. Jonathan C. runs like a kid trying on a pair of new shoes, is what he said. Sorry about that. The thing moved. Charlie Hernandez says Mahomes' luck could be running out against that stout Ravens defense. Dude has no receiver help in there other than Kelce. Run game will be key next week. That's the thing. Can they get the run in? And how do you go up against these defenses? Do you try to like attack the strength in a weird way? Because more often than not, you attack the weakness, right? But look at how teams attack the Cowboys. They went at Micah Parsons as opposed to trying to get around Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
And some of these teams just need to be picked apart a lot differently. What I'll say about Mahomes, though, is that his intelligence level is so high that you really can't scheme against him.
He's hard to tackle, dude. He's not that quick, but he's squirrely, dude.
He's squirrely.
He gets away.
He gets away. But beyond that, he's gonna find his guy. And Travis Kelce, on half of these plays out there, is not running a route.
No,
he's freelancing half the time. Think about the balls and think about the level of understanding that needs to go on for Patrick Mahomes to basically just tell Kelce, go run. I'll find you.
Yeah.
So it's not always that case. Don't get me wrong. Travis Kelce is running routes. But if the route's not there, he has every ability and every right and on the team to go out there and try to just go do something.
Yeah.
Go freelance. And you can't defend that. There's no man-on-man defense. There's no zone defense to go after a big guy like Travis Kelce who's just meandering around there while Patrick Mahomes is being squirrely and running from sideline to sideline, buying time.
Yeah.
I will say this. Are the Ravens the better team? Yes. Do they have an elite quarterback? Yes. Do they have a very good running game? Yes. Do they have stars on the offensive side of the ball? Not necessarily, but they've got a good offensive line, an incredible defense. But Patrick Mahomes is kind of like that madman, like that bad guy in a horror movie where you think he's dead, but he's not. And he's going to come back. And if you give Patrick Mahomes the ball with a minute or two to go, down 4, it's no different than what we saw with Brady. You give the ball to Brady with a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go, you're dead. Ain't going to happen. Patrick Mahomes is that dude, man.
It's going to be a good game. That's all I can say. It's going to be a good game. Whoever wins between the Ravens and the Chiefs deserves to go to that Super Bowl.
That's right.
And I would say they would probably be at that point in time the favorite to win.
Wow. I would say that it would have been close if it was the 49ers, but Deebo Samuel's injured.
Yeah.
So because of that, yeah, I would agree the Ravens would probably be favored. Ravens favored by 3.5 points over the Chiefs in Sunday's AFC Championship game. Got to get into the Niners real fast. That game against the Packers over the weekend, 24-21, Niners took out the Packers. Jordan Love, my goodness, man, for 3 quarters looked amazing. For 3 quarters, it looked like Green Bay was going to upset San Francisco.
They played him tough, man.
They played him tough. But, man, Jordan Love, as great as he was, there were about 2 or 3 passes that, oh, my God, if he had just gotten those completions, and they were there. They were thrown behind the receiver, or it was lofted too high.
Overthrown, yeah.
And the receiver was there. It was just a bad throw. It's kind of hard to like put that on Jordan Love, though it is on him. I mean, Aaron Jones ran for 108 yards against that Niners defense, for crying out loud. Christian McCaffrey held to under 100 yards, but he did have 2 scores. Brock Purdy did not have a good game, but he had the drive that he needed.
He doesn't have to have good games, though. That's the thing with Brock Purdy. He just doesn't have to make mistakes. And that's the thing where he excels at. He doesn't throw a lot of picks, doesn't really make a lot of mistakes, and they rely on their defense to get the job done.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, 49ers are one of these sneaky good teams, man. They're not really sneaky good, but I'm just like, you wouldn't expect them to have the record that they do and be able to beat the teams that they've beaten so dominantly at some times, you know, because the defense comes through.
Their B- games beats most teams A- games.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, dude. That's a damn good team.
Jacob Eric reaches out to us on our YouTube, says, Jordan Love looks for real. Dude, how is it that the Packers always get a quality starting quarterback? And look at what they do. They have that quarterback sit for a year or 2 before bringing them up.
Mario Cavazos. What will the ratings be if it was Ravens versus Lions? Probably not as high. Let's put it
You
like
know
that.
what? You know what? The Super Bowl is a national pastime. It is a holiday here in the United States. People are going to watch. People are going to watch. But my goodness, the number of people who would watch if it's the Chiefs this time with Taylor Swift and Jason Kelce and all of them in the stands would be even bigger. Jonathan, see a healthy Aaron Jones is scary. You know, I posted a photo on Twitter earlier this week about Aaron Jones because a lot of Cowboy fans were kind of weirded out by the fact that, you know, Aaron Jones goes into Dallas, they beat the living crap out of the Cowboys, and Emmitt Smith is kind of cheering for Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
They have a relationship, those two. They are friends, mentor mentee type of thing. I took a photo of those two guys talking to each other in LA for Super Bowl Radio Row, and it was at a pool party that Emmitt Smith threw that the San Antonio Sports Star staff was invited to. Only like 50 people showed up or were invited, and Aaron Jones was one of them. So it's like I'm one of the 50 along with Aaron Jones, and I got to meet Aaron Jones's wife,
Yeah.
and talk to her for a little while. But I saw him out there talking to Emmitt. I posted that photo. Guess who liked that photo on Twitter?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones did.
There you go.
All 250,000 of his followers. That's how I knew it was him.
Yeah.
Is that I clicked on his thing. It said 250,000 followers. But he did like that photo. But you see Aaron Jones, you see Jordan Love. They have the quarterback that they need. They have him at a good price point. Green Bay might be an up-and-coming team. Just get that guy. You know, I hate to say it this way because we said this about Aaron Rodgers for so long. Just get him some receivers.
Yeah. I forgot I had the ticker, man. I put the ticker on right now.
Oh, nice.
Scores from the NFL playoffs because we're talking about NFL, so I might as well show them.
But Jordan Love going out there, he was 2 completions away from getting that upset. Speaking of upsets, I thought Tampa Bay had a chance, man. I thought Tampa Bay had a chance against the Detroit Lions. We were this close to seeing Baker Mayfield in the NFC Championship game. Hey, imagine this, by the way. You have Jared Goff, who was the number 1 overall pick in the draft one year. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think so.
Going up against Mr. Irrelevant. If you had a pick right now, number 1 pick overall in the draft of 2016, going up against Mr. Irrelevant. Let me tell you about Jared Goff. Do you think Jared Goff is a good quarterback or not?
I think he's a good quarterback.
Is he above average or is he close? Is he closer to elite or closer to average?
I'd say he's closer to probably average, dude.
Jared Goff has more playoff victories as quarterback than Dak Prescott and Tony Romo combined.
Damn. I think
Romo had 2.
Yeah.
Dak has 2. Jared Goff has 5.
Damn.
This is somebody that a lot of people think is like, oh, just a mediocre quarterback. But he has 5 playoff victories.
That's pretty damn good.
Goes out there 30 for 43, 287 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, look, Tim Gonzalez was saying, isn't one of the 49ers on defense, he played in the UTSA, is a UTSA grad. And then they put Aaron Jones is from El Paso, UTEP alum.
He is. By the way, if you want to get into the winner that Jared Goff is, let's talk about his wife real fast.
You want me to show it on screen?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, this is Jared Goff's wife. Her name is Kristen Harper. She is a swimsuit model. She was on the cover of SI swimsuit edition back in the day. He's a winner, dude. She is perfection, dude. She of all the wives and girlfriends in the NFL, Kristen Harper is a 1 seed with a fucking bullet. She is perfection. As I keep going through photo after photo after photo. Did you realize that he had this much game?
No. Hey, man, but he's got the money, though, so.
I mean, they all have the money.
Yeah.
But he landed Kristen Harper. I mean, certified nugget.
Yeah.
As we go through all these photos. She kind of looks like a white Molly Karam. Not bad.
Oh, look at that nugget.
Nugget.
Sam
Sam Salinas
Salinas.
reaches out and says, she
She eyed. She eyed.
No, dude, this girl is from a physical. I mean, Jesus, look at this. Good God. Googly moogly. Oh, my goodness. She's perfection. I'll get off of this. I said, get off to this, and I'll get on to this. Jared Goff, though, this Lions team, it's special, man. What Dan Campbell has going on over there as head coach, he went out there, did not have the experience. People thought that it was a bad hire. He goes out there, his first press conference, and just starts yelling, screaming that it's going to be all about intensity, and he's going to get people out the door if they don't fit the model that he's looking for. And he sounded like a Neanderthal. Goes out there and just fields a very, very, very good team. They've been drafting so well, that Detroit team. And, and people made fun of them because they drafted in the first round Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs, a running back out of Bama. Who picks a running back in the first round at number 21? They do. 9 carries, 74 yards, 1 touchdown. Also caught 4 receptions for 40 yards. I mean, dude, the guy's a stud.
You know who I credit to the turnaround that the Lions have had? And they don't talk enough about her. The owner, Sheila Ford Hamp.
Yeah.
She's a savvy businesswoman, football executive. She's a descendant of both Ford and the Firestone families. Like this woman,
it's in her DNA.
It's in her DNA to just be a success. And the one thing that she did is she stayed the course. She's like, we're not going to go ahead and make these trades and trade away our future just to win now. We're going to go ahead and stay the course. They did some moves. They drafted well. And one of the things that they accredited to the, let's say, success that the Lions have had recently is getting both the front office and the, let's say, coaching staff and all the people that work hard with the actual players. And they winded up forming this system where they communicate very effectively. So she understood that if you can go ahead and communicate the vision of both sides, come together and be able to communicate effectively, it's going to be instrumental for success. And look what happened, dude. Mm-hmm. Like, she's very smart. She's very smart.
Oh, I don't doubt it at all. And, we talk about it all starts from the top, right? Isn't that the problem with the Cowboys?
Yeah.
It starts at the top. Baker Mayfield's going to get paid. Baker Mayfield this year made $4 million. Starting quarterback in the NFL making $4 million. And he goes out there and throws for almost 350 yards. Now, he does have Mike Evans to throw to, but they love him there in Tampa.
Baker's seen a resurgence of his career. I mean, he was basically a castaway,
for multiple teams. Dude, he had 6 different he had 8 different offensive coordinators in 6 years. 8 different head coaches in that time.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to take this real quick.
Hey, not a problem at all.
I got Carolina calling. Maybe she wants to join the show.
All right, let's do it. Baker Mayfield going out there for 349 yards. Oh, my goodness. But it wasn't meant to be. But I'm enjoying the fact that the Detroit Lions are knocking on the door. And right now, if I had to bet on this right now, I would bet the Detroit Lions. Prove me wrong. I know the Niners have been the favorite all year long. I know the Niners are at home, and I know the Niners have a good defense. But no Deebo Samuel. He's said to be 50-50 going into the NFC Championship game. So he's potentially out. On top of the fact that Brock Purdy has been playing kind of mediocre, I'm thinking that the Niners are ripe for the taking. And can you imagine if the Detroit Lions make their way to the Super Bowl? That would be ridiculous. Chris Gonzalez says, we saw Hard Knocks last year when Detroit was on. We could see that change in Detroit. And there's something about a culture, right? About them all believing in themselves and uplifting themselves. And you were seeing that culture that was there. And after the game, Dan Campbell going out to the team and saying, do you know how hard it is to win a playoff game in the NFL? Do you know what you guys are doing? And he said something to the effect of, we have 2 more wins, not 1 more to get to the Super Bowl. We have 2 more wins. And he goes, and we've got a bye week after next week.
Yeah.
That is somebody who's saying, we're not happy to just be here, that we need to have an expectation of winning the next game and we're going to have a bye week going into the Super Bowl. The Niners better take that Lions team seriously, because that Lions team is coming. They have an elite wide receiver in Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm not saying he's as good as CeeDee Lamb, but he's in the same neighborhood. CeeDee's better, but Amon-Ra is just under him when it comes to the talent level. You have two good running backs in David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, kind of a thunder and lightning type of thing going on. You have Jared Goff, who may not win the game for you, but doesn't make a lot of mistakes. 287 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, just very efficient. Sam Laporta, my goodness, big boy going out there, 6'3", 245, young tight end over there for the Detroit Lions. And he is just opening things up as well. And not only that, he's a pretty decent blocker as well. Jahmyr Gibbs can catch it. Jameson Williams on the other side. Josh Reynolds of San Antonio. I mean, we could get a San Antonio guy. Hey, think about it this way, Joe.
Yeah.
No matter what, we're going to have a San Antonio connection to the Super Bowl. Because if the Lions win, you've got Josh Reynolds from J High School. If San Francisco wins, you got Spencer Burford of UTSA. Just realize that there's going to be a San Antonio connection at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Hey, just real quick, man. Just want to let everybody know, if you enjoy what we're doing, we're bringing it back, man. We're bringing back the Buy Me a Coffee. So you can go ahead and be a supporter of the show. Go ahead and show us some love. I believe you can go ahead and start tipping us starting at only $1. So
I'll take it.
You have the website URL right there, buymeacoffee.com, Alamo City Sports Cast. And you could also scan the QR code if you're watching us, on the TV or another tablet or something. You can get your phone, scan the QR code, take you straight to the website. We appreciate any and all donations, man, but greatly appreciate the support that you guys have given us. And if you'd like to support us a little bit more, go ahead and give us some love. We greatly appreciate it.
Appreciate it, my fellas. Spurs back in action tonight, taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. They beat the Wizards over the weekend, 131-127. That was a game that was kind of interesting because you take a look at the box score. Spurs had the young core all balling out at the same time. And it's very rare that happens. You're seeing 21 points from Devin Vassell, 19 from Keldon Johnson, 24 from Victor Wembanyama, 23 from Jeremy Sohan. When you're getting 80 points or more from those 4 guys, you're probably going to win a game.
Yeah, and it takes that. You need that many points from your key players.
Yeah.
You need your starting 5 to produce. It can't just be Wembanyama or you have Keldon. Basically, Keldon's the closer for the game, and he comes in and he's going to get his points, but you need Sohan to contribute. You need Devin Vassell to contribute on any given night. And when you have at least 4 of these guys contributing, hey, you give yourself a good chance to win.
And Jeremy had a really good shooting night. He was 8 for 11, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm looking at his season totals for the year. His effective field goal percentage is now at 48.9, which is still not good, but it's trending in the right direction. And I will get off his ass if he gets it to 50%. Do you know who did get it over 50%?
Who?
Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, man.
Wemby, my guy, averaging 24 points per game this month, should be considered rookie of the month because Chet Holmgren kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Well, they're probably playing a better quality of team too, OKC.
Well, I mean, that might be the case, but the fact of the matter is that, Chet Holmgren is not doing so well right now compared to Victor Wembanyama. Wemby, if he gets 21 points tonight, just 21, his season average will be 20 for the year.
Ooh.
Okay, and that is a big thing because if you're gonna say, I was not being devil's advocate. If we were having this conversation about rookie of the year a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I thought that Chet Holmgren was in fact in line to win rookie of the year.
Yeah,
he had won rookie of the month in November and in December. They were winning. His numbers were pretty close to Victor Wembanyama, but Wemby's starting to put some distance on the stats. And I have a hard time believing that you're going to have a lot of voters shy away from somebody who is averaging 20 and 10 along with 3 blocks.
And that's not like forget his assist, man.
Yeah, he's averaging a few assists. So let's say it's 20, 10, 3, 3.
Yeah.
It is hard to go against that because it may sound weird, but if you're at 19 and 9, that's one thing. But 2010,
double, man.
It's a double-double. It's a 20-point double-double. And oh, by the way, I lead the league in blocks. He gets to that, and again, tonight, all he needs to get is to 21 points tonight. And he's been getting like 24 points per game the last several games or so. If he gets to that, he'll be over the 20-point threshold. Here are the last several games for Wemby, the last 8 games. 20, 27, 24, 16, 26, 26, 27, 24. So he has scored in the month of January 20 or more points 7 out of 8 games, and he sat out 2 for load management. Spurs playing better not only because Wemby is playing at the 5, but Trey Jones is playing at the 1. Let me ask you this, Joe.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Trey Jones playing the 1 and suddenly getting better. Wemby playing at the 5 and suddenly playing better. Sohan going back to the 4. How is it that it took 40 games for Pop to figure that out when every single member of Spurs Twitter who is 40 years and older knew from the get-go?
One word. Tank. And that's the thing, is that Coach Pop low-key, he's trolling everybody because he's just tanking, dude. The whole Spurs organization, the whole front office, they're tanking. How is it that you have the number 1 seed overall and this 7'3" unicorn that can shoot, can do everything, can even go on the court and has handles like a guard, and all you can muster is just not even less than 10 wins thus far in the season?
Right.
And
on track for 16 on the year.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you got to take it in consideration saying the Spurs are just tanking. That was the goal. Even though they might have said something different before the season even started. Oh, we're going to win. Oh, watch out. We're going to do all these things. And what did that do? What did that translate into? Selling a lot of season tickets. And they knew exactly what they're doing. So it's just tanking, dude. It's a tank job.
Go to my screen real fast.
Yeah.
This is a look at Tankathon right now. If everything held to form in the draft, the Spurs would have 2 first-rounders this year. We'd have the number 3 pick and the number 7 pick. Now, I know it goes into the lottery. That 3 could be 1. It could also fall all the way down to 7. And that 7 pick might actually get pushed. That Toronto pick might be pushed into a future year.
Yeah.
But as of right now, the Spurs are slated to be right around 3 and right around 7. And it says that if things went to form that way, that the Spurs more than likely at number 3 would get Zachary Rissache out of France. Rissache, I've been watching a lot of highlights. He's 6'9". The guy is a small forward who bangs bodies, who can knock down some threes at a very good clip.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Reed Shepherd, I actually like Rob Dillingham, who's listed at number 12 on this list here. I like the other guard from Kentucky, but the Spurs have a thing for getting guys from Kentucky. Case in point,
yeah,
Keldon.
Oh, look at Ruben Espinosa. He goes 4 minutes till Mike and Rudy. Yeah, shout out to Mike and Rudy J over there, man. If you all get a chance, go check out the Mike Taylor and Rudy J show now.
Yeah, and keep in mind, just like this show, their show also gets logged as well, so you can always go back in time and watch it as well. But I love I love Rudy J. Love Mike Taylor. They do a fantastic job individually. I'm interested in seeing what they're going to do together. We were going to end this show around 11 o'clock, but we started late because we had some technical difficulties before getting going. But you know what? Before we get going, a couple of things.
There we go.
Couple of things. If you're looking for love in all the wrong places, and I think we need to talk a little bit more about this. In fact, maybe we can get a guest on to talk about this.
Carolina Teague.
Yes. There is an event going on at the San Antonio Zoo on February 10th called Meet Your Next Ex. It is a 21 and older singles event. It is speed dating, costs $30 for general admission, which includes access to the mingle spots, Club Wild Things, and live entertainment.
Club Wild Things. Sounds like a strip club, bro.
Is Toe Loke doing this?
Jeez.
$100 gets you VIP admission, which is says elevated experience. You get exclusive access to the Uma's Lounge inside Africa Live, where you can meet the hippos, indulge in all-inclusive drinks, a tarot card reader, exclusive entertainment, and a Grand Hippo drop feed. That's for $100. Just give me the $30. I just want to see how many chicks show up. But last year, a record-breaking 1,000 plus singles showed up. Just saying. If you have game, make your way out there, baby.
Maybe you might partake.
If you could do a speed date, hey,
maybe Jimenez will partake.
Maybe.
Show us your skills.
I got a 20. I got a 20 and 10 in my pocket.
You tell us you got chingos a game.
You got to go to sazoo.org to sign up, by the way.
Hey, they're telling us here, Hanover Fist, he says, Pop selling wolf tickets. And they go, how much y'all's renewals go up? Because I know they already hit us up. The Spurs front office for all the season ticket holders. Your renewals are coming up. Would you like to renew your season tickets? I'm like, I think I'm going to stand pat where I'm at. I thought about moving. Maybe I'm going to go to the lower bowl, get a little closer till they start winning. Maybe I'll start thinking about that. I
got Club Spurs. It starts in March, baby.
There you go. It's like a country club, basically. That's what it is.
It is. And that gets going in March. By the way, no photos allowed in that place. I got the rule book. The rule book is expensive. Things you can and can't do while you're there. That's pretty cool. Hey, before we let everybody go, because I know a lot of people want to check out Rob and Rudy's. I say Rob and Rudy. I'm used to R&R in the morning. Taylor and Rudy's show. I came across a movie over the weekend. Let me see what it's called. What's her name? It's Kristen Bell. You know who Kristen Bell is, right?
Yeah.
She's a hottie, dude. I love her, dude. She was in a movie called Queen Pins.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That is one of the top 10 movies. It came out a couple of years ago, was on Paramount, but who the hell has Paramount? And who watches movies on Paramount anyway? Got moved over to Netflix, became one of the highest rated movies of the weekend, Queen Pins, which is basically a movie about a couple of women who run a scam involving coupons.
Okay.
Right? And it's loosely based on a true story. But the thing is that there's this girl that's on that movie that I thought, that girl's a nugget. And I couldn't figure out who she was. And then when I found out who she was, it threw me off. Do you recognize this woman right here? Because that, my friends, is singer Bebe Rexha, Joe Garcia's celebrity crush.
What's wrong with Bebe, man?
Okay, first of all, this is Bebe Rexha before she went from thick with 2 C's to thick with Kate with a CK. She's a little bit too much right now, man. I like him big. She's
got a medical condition, man. She's working on it, though, man.
But
she's working on it.
She was looking good in this movie.
She still looked good, dude. What are you talking about?
Look at her at the premiere over there on the left-hand side, looking like a nugget. Looking like a
man, it's cold right now. Bebe keep you warm, bro.
Like this Bebe, I'm down with. This Bebe, I'm down with. But I've seen some photos, man, where Bebe's getting a little too much, dude.
It's all right, Bebe. Mike, you just scared, bro. You just scared.
Queen Pins was a good movie, dude. It was a great movie. It's one of those movies where if it's your wife or girlfriend's turn to pick a movie and they pick a romantic comedy, go to that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like there's some romantic comedies that are okay. Like Sweet Home Alabama. I can watch Sweet Home Alabama. Jonathan C. She went from BB to BBW. Sweet Home Alabama is a good one. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is a good one, right?
Yeah.
Queen Pins, I'm fine with, man. I'm perfectly fine with. But Bebe Rexha, you're about 10 pounds away from being perfect again, girl.
10 pounds.
Does she have a medical condition?
She does, man.
What's the condition?
She's got something with her ovaries or something like that. And that causes her to gain weight. So she's kind of working on working out and stuff. She's even posted like videos on social media of her working out, trying to get back in shape, dude. She's working hard.
Oh, and she's single again now. She just broke up with her boyfriend a few months ago.
Yeah.
You know why he broke up with her? She gained weight.
It's all right, boo. BB, come over here. I'll take care of you, girl.
Keep me warm, baby.
Keep me warm,
keep
baby.
Me warm. Oh, put that one thigh over the thigh. Oh, my goodness.
She keep you warm. It's cold right now. You know what? And my AC is not working in my home. We don't have no AC and heat because the control panel just decided to conk out.
Yeah.
Was working on Sunday morning when I woke up. And then like 2 hours later, I started working. And the wife's like, something's wrong with the AC. So I go in during my break and I look. I'm like, I had a weekend, dude. Busted pipe in the front, right? Underground.
Yeah.
That wasn't inside the house, outside of the house, underground, where it connects to the city, right? The meter. So I'm with COVID. I have pneumonia. So I'm out there almost passing out with the shop vac, draining all the water out. Then I have to call my brother-in-law, the plumber, come over on Saturday. And I'm over here telling my son to help me dig. So we have to dig a ditch basically to get to the pipe, fix the pipe, and then to find out now the AC is broken.
Dude,
I'm just like,
that's brutal, man.
Oh my God, man. The joys of being a homeowner, Mike. You know, something's always happening.
Always.
Always.
Hey, don't forget to follow Jeff Garcia on Locked On Spurs. He's on Twitter, or if you want to call it X, at Jeff G Spurs Zone. He has a story that he does daily content when it comes to the Spurs, but he has a take on Chet Holmgren versus Tim Duncan. There's an NBA reporter who said that Chet Holmgren is the best defensive rookie since Tim Duncan.
Oh God.
So some people are taking offense to that. So Jeff Garcia has a column about that on and he's also with Ken's 5 as well. Also, when it comes to Jeff Garcia, Locked On Spurs, I follow on Spotify, but you can also follow on YouTube as well. He has Chris Leha on today. It's a fan episode.
Nice.
So of MCS General Contracting. Diamond hard concrete that they have over there. Hey, real fast. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
We make fun of Jeff Garcia sometimes for being money bags.
Yeah.
That whole story came about because I was on a Zoom with him. We were just talking.
There he is.
We were just talking, and his food arrived. This is when he was living in New York, and someone dropped off on a silver platter, okay, a steak, a French steak, and he's there eating in front of me while we're talking on Zoom. And that's when I came up with money bags. It's like, dude, why are you being all money bags? Can I ask you if I had a money bags moment this past weekend?
Did you?
Well, you know, I have my own financial practice.
Yeah.
Right? No big deal. A lot of people do. But I've been doing pretty well the last few years. I am separated, so I have a house to myself. My kids are there a few days a week, but for the most part, I have the house to myself, and I work out of my house. I was tired of cleaning it, and I hired a house cleaner.
Well, you're battling COVID, to be honest, dude.
Well, no, she did it before I got COVID.
Okay.
Well, no, I quarantined myself in the room.
Okay.
But I wasn't home.
Yeah.
So I got back from California.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, went straight to my bedroom. House cleaner came and did the house. So it's not like I had been around the house all week or anything like that. But is it a money bag move to hire a lady to come clean the house a couple times a month?
I don't think it is, dude. That's one thing that nobody enjoys doing. It frees up time for you to do other things. I mean, me and you are both busy.
Yeah.
We don't got time for a lot of stuff, dude.
Now, she's not like watching my chones or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, I had her come in there. Dude, the stove and the oven is spotless. It looks like it got just delivered by Home Depot, dude.
But you don't, we're
It is
Mexicanos. We already talked
spotless.
about this, Mike. We don't use the oven.
I know it's storage.
It's storage, bro.
It's storage. But dude, just the countertops or like spotless. My daughter, who was with her mom because I had COVID, came home this morning, looked around the house and was like, why is it so clean? Like it freaked her out.
Yeah.
We're always tidy, but she could tell that it was clean. Dude, this lady, she brought another woman to help her out. That other woman had to have been 80 years old, dude. And she was on the ground cleaning the baseboards. That made me feel bad.
Damn.
But, you know, hey, like you said, it frees me up to actually go make money doing other things.
At least give them a 5-star rating. Come on, Mike, hit that 5-star.
5-star rating on Yelp. Very nice.
Hey, we got a comment here from Chris Gonzalez. When is the matchup, Jimenez and Leja? Got to work on that. Get that race going.
You know, I hate to say it, but my running's so high up right now. My running is there. Dude, today I start 8 out of 12 nights 8 of the next 12 nights I referee basketball. We're in the middle of the season. Like, this is the heart of the season. Last month or so.
Was the housekeeper hot, Mike?
Yes.
Oh, God.
She was. And I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
Oh, man.
If she wanted to stay, she could have. I'm not going to say that she was a nugget. No, she was nuggetish. You see, here's the thing, though. She showed up in jeans and a blouse to give the estimate, but then she showed up dressed to clean.
Yeah.
The next time. So I saw her when she was dolled up. Yeah, she was a nugget, dude. Nugget.
Nice.
No French maid outfit though. It was just
French maid.
Just Mexicanos coming over.
Nobody wears those. I would think they probably wear scrubs or a uniform. Or
yeah,
something.
Well, it wasn't a uniform. I might have been turned on by uniform, but they came dressed like in sweats.
Yeah,
you know, to kind of do their thing. Chris Gonzalez says, last Wednesday, my daughter's middle school refs suck. Dude, I hate officiating middle school. And I have a lot of middle school that I'm officiating in the next couple of weeks. I hate it. Middle school basketball is the worst to officiate because there's literally a foul or a violation on every single play out there, man. Every single play has some sort of violation. They're going to carry, they're going to travel. My goal is to have every game be done in an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes. If you call the middle school game by letter of the law, the game would never end.
Yeah.
Everyone would foul out and the game would never end. Let me see what I got going on, man. Let me see. Tonight, I think I got middle school tonight. Let me see here. Tonight's games, if you want to come heckle me. Oh, I'm at Brennan High School. I got freshman and JV, Brennan High School. Antonian going into Brennan. Later on this week, I got Vale Middle School. I got Brennan High School again this weekend. Next week, I got Stevens High School, Taft. No, I got a lot of high school games. St. Mary's Hall Varsity, Stevens High School again, Medina Valley as well. Oh, it's not bad. I'll take it. I did a lot of middle school, man. I was at Zachary and Stevenson and Stinson the past few weeks or so. It's just
not bad.
It's not the most fun. Hannah Fit says, I learned a lot getting called on fouls in middle school.
Oh, God. What did they say here? I know middle school girls.
Yeah,
it's not great, but they do not whistle. Did not whistle was a blown all game. I was expecting at least one every 3 minutes. I guess, okay, the refs were swallowing the whistle.
And sometimes it's kind of hard to call a foul when everyone's fouling each other on the same play. It's like you'd be singling one out. You know what? I'll tell you what, though. Some of the best calls I made last week, it was a high school game, inadvertent whistle. I blew a whistle to something that didn't happen. I thought it happened. It looked like it happened, but as I got a better angle at it, I realized I had made a mistake. And I said, ball inside out, inadvertent whistle. I heard the coaches talk to each other going, did he just say inadvertent whistle? Like I could hear the conversation that they're having in the background.
Yeah.
And they were marveling at it. They were like, I'm glad that he did that because we're not perfect. And that was my way of saying, as opposed to saying, oh, that person traveled or oh, there's a foul. Yeah. I just looked at both of them. I said, inadvertent whistle. I pointed at myself and I said, my bad. Ball inbound over here. Best call I made because they respected every single call I made thereafter. Every single call that I made thereafter, they respected. It was amazing. Are you referencing the Clark's girls game, Mike? I have officiated Clark's girls this year. Yeah. Not this week, but I have already this year.
Yeah.
Joe, what do you got going on this week?
Oh, man, just working. And actually, I'm trying to get the website ready to launch here, too. I've been working on that. So we need to get some some information from you guys, you and Brandon, so we could go ahead and get that ready to launch. But it's almost about, I'd say 65% complete already. So we'll go ahead and give the URL and all that where everybody can come and watch, the replays and the podcast and everything, because everybody needs to be able to see everything that we're doing in one centralized location, and this is the perfect way to do that. And I hope to be bringing probably within the next month or so a live feed. So when we're actually doing the show, if you just want to listen to it like you would a radio show, and they have, the radio show plays live with the live audio, we're going to be able to do that, live streaming audio.
And if people want to take part in this show, by the way, we could also do a thing where we're on a remote.
Yeah.
We'll go someplace and do this on out and about. By the way, I'm looking at BB Rexa. I don't know why I clicked on this video, but she had an onstage scare a while back. Apparently she fell or something.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, well, that's an angle. Oh, that's when they threw the cell phone at her.
Oh, I remember
Oh,
that.
my goodness. I forgot about that. Okay, she's allowed to gain weight. She's allowed. Hey, good luck to Mike Taylor and to Rudy J. Their show is getting going right now.
Yeah, congrats,
over
guys.
on Love You Hard TV on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to them as well. I'm going to check it out myself today.
Oh, yeah, I am too.
But, Joe, let's call it a show.
Yeah.
Be back tomorrow talking more about the NFL playoffs, talking more about the Spurs. Can they defeat the Sixers tonight? We'll figure it out.
Wemby versus Embiid. Let's see what happens.
Let's see. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.